Or not? Oh, okay, we don't pick Dendy Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, have we already picked Dendy Hero? No. Is this the Mag 1? I think this might be a Mag 1. And
A
then
position
run...
1 Magnus?
Yeah, and then run the clock in the 3.
Mm, I mean, theoretically, yes, they could actually. I
Yeah.
mean, it could also just be a mid mag, right?
Yeah, that's still a possibility, but I know that some carry players, they were fumbling around with this like just a month or two ago.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
you're
looking
right,
pretty
right.
spicy.
No, I mean, the option is still there. I would be a little bit surprised, but yeah, I mean, it's not out of the question, I would say.
And there's some decent kill potential with Witch Doctor Maglane as well, right? Like you have a decent amount of control with the skewer, with the shockwave to set up Cask and Maledicts.
Yeah. No, definitely an option here.
Okay, 5 men, a little bit clearer, a little bit cleaner cut. They're going to pick up the spec. One true carry to rule them all. Still keeping it somewhat close to their chest in terms of like what's going to happen here. I mean, there's still the potential for like an ET in the free, for example. I think it was Xibe the other day that ran that as well, where he...
Right.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't. Was that it was Xibe? I'm pretty sure it was.
Mm-hmm.
Where he two hit, but that was against Dendi, wasn't it? No, Toby. Sorry, I'm thinking of Toby. The
Right.
Viking versus Bait series where he was two hit killing Dendi.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
why it was
Okay.
so
Oh
familiar to
yeah,
me.
yeah,
It
right, right. Yes,
was...
yes. Now I remember.
I was
That
like,
was
wait.
Viking, right?
Yeah, that was
That was
Viking.
Viking.
I was just
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
as like E.T. Dendi. Where have I seen this before? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was the Nature's Prophet game, which looked
Yes, yes, yes.
painful, very painful.
Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a rough one.
I guess it's going to come down to actually what Bait are going to do with their final pick as to whether you want the E.T. as a call, though. Like, 5 men have definitely kept their draft pretty open. What are they missing right now? I guess that's the kind of the thing to look towards. Like, the catch is kind of okay, right? Because you've always got this tiny.
Yeah, the catch is it's not terrible. Thinking here, okay, they're gonna ban out the PA and the Juggernaut, so both of those options are gone now. Yeah, I'm really curious about this Magnus actually. What they're gonna do with this. Firemen are gonna remove the timber. So they think they need an offlane maybe? I'm not even sure here. I feel like this is it's quite the curveball.
If you're 5 men and you're like, okay, what kind of gives us like lane flexibility still? What's a good hero that comes to mind?
Um this hero.
There, oh wow.
Queen of Pain.
Round of applause. Well done on that prediction.
Yeah, I mean I totally called it. It
You
was
did.
very obvious that it was a Queen of Pain that was gonna be the last pick. So I'm guessing this is gonna be then like I'm thinking this is gonna be an ET5 maybe, and like ET Spectre lane, and then just like Tiny Pugna.
I mean, it could still be Queen of Pain tiny, right? And Bugda could be mid. That's...
That is true
yeah.
too. That is true.
Because Kyubey is one of those Queen of Pain spammers also.
Right. Or maybe the support Queen of Pain and the tiny mid is not gonna be. No, it's just gonna be the Tiny Pugna. It's gonna be a position 5 ET, and the Queen of Pain is gonna go mid. And this is gonna be a Dandy Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm curious if they're gonna choose to run the Magnus mid against the Queen of Pain. I feel like running the Ember mid would be a much better choice. However, maybe the Magnus is gonna struggle against Tiny Pugna too. I just yeah, I don't know. I think the Magnus is
Well, the Mac
kind
has
of have
an
a bit of
out,
a rough
right?
time. I also think the awkward thing with this Ember now, like I feel like they could have just picked this Mag Jug. I'm not sure why they wanted this Clockwork so badly. I don't see how it does all that much to. It's it's okay against both Pugna and ET, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
it's doesn't do much against Spectre or Queen of Pain or Tiny for that matter. And I also think that this Ember, while it's nice with Magnus, and of course you deal some extra damage, I think it's not a Juggernaut, right? And this, I feel like a Juggernaut in this game would have been just kind of the boss of the game.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm looking at this draft, and you missed that Clockwork especially, right?
Hmm.
There are some games where you can really pop off against spec. I feel like with the amount of Anarchy in these fights, it's going to
Yeah.
be very hard to counter initiate with hookshot into this
Hmm.
lineup. So
Right.
there's a larger pressure on Bait to be first in, or they just kind of get stomped by 5 men and die.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually holds true of a lot of their heroes. Like the Ember Spirit could be pretty flimsy. I guess there isn't like the most dangerous forms of catch for this Ember, right? Like most of it is kind of choreographed and very obvious, except for the Tiny. So maybe he'll be able to dodge out in that regard. I guess the one area for concern maybe is Queen of Pain rushing an Orchid. Like if you're playing the carry Ember Spirit, you don't want to have to stop off the Yules, but I don't see any other option in this game.
Yeah, no. Yeah, a little bit awkward, but yeah, we'll just kind of see how it plays out.
They do at
As for
least,
this,
of course, have that mag to simplify the draft. It's just like you were
Mhm.
saying, you want one of those traditional carries, right? The trolls, the jugs, not Ember, which is this hero that can very quickly peak.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, like with what you usually get from this Magnus, right? What it does is it gives you it sort of gives you late game, right? You
Mhm.
can take the game later. However, here I actually think that they're still gonna lose in late game if should the game drag on for quite a while. I think the Spectre on top of like ET Queen of Pain, just this team fight is gonna be superior. I think the Spectre is just not gonna die. There's not really enough damage. So I'm not a huge fan. Of course, I like the fact that they're actually playing Magnus for once, but I don't know. I would have preferred something else.
We'll have to see if it can pay off. So you think it's really on Dendi in this game to kind of like get control of the game fast, or are you really looking to Bates off lane? Are these the two heroes that kind of have to set the pace?
I think that Chessie is gonna be one of the heroes that kind of sets the pace for this game. Assuming he gets off to a decent start, which I think he definitely should. I think the lane is quite favorable for Queen of Pain. Of course, the first few levels, I think Magnus is gonna do just fine. Um, he's just gonna go probably like he's gonna sit in the lane until level maybe 4 or 5, whatever, and then he's just gonna go jungle as the Shadow Strike spam is gonna become too annoying. But that should open up kind of the lane for Chessie to just free farm and get off to a good start, and then sort of choose where he wants to go with this game.
Okay.
So I'm looking at him to kind of make the game for 5 men, and for bait. Yeah, I mean some of it is definitely going to be up to this clock, probably both clock and Earth Spirit. The cool thing is that they do have this Ember, and I think he's going to have a pretty good lane up here. And once he gets to his whatever level 10-ish, when he has maxed out some of his spells, I think he's also going to be able to do quite a lot in this early mid game as well.
I think maybe one of my like downsides to Bates offlane combo is usually when you have Clockwork, you kind of pair it with this more greedy support, right? Because the natural nature of the pos free clock is you get your initial CS, you get 1 or 2 items, and you just keep killing, right? It's that type of hero.
Yeah, and you kind of, I mean, you don't scale super amazingly, right? As this hero generally, so you kind of want your 4 to take up some of the slack that you're giving, but
But they both do this. They
it's tough
both
to
play
see.
that same way, right? Like they're both going to have that
Yeah,
moment where they don't want to be farmed away. They want to try and make plays happen.
neither one of these heroes. I mean, honestly, like in general, like a lot of these heroes, none of the bait heroes pretty much want to sit in just lanes and farm, and that's something you want to have at least one of those heroes.
Well, maybe the mag. The mag is probably the only one who's like, I'm fine to just come and hit some creeps.
Yeah, and I mean, most likely he is going to be just hitting some creeps for quite a while, but at some point, he also wants to start playing the dotes.
Meanwhile, for 5 minutes, it's a little bit more simple, right? You've got these 4 heroes that are able to be present and kind of combat the early aggression, and the spec can always
Yeah,
just play away from that.
yeah, Ace just gets to hit some creeps.
The dream.
Pretty much, pretty much the dream. Yeah.
Everyone
Missouri
else
has
plays
to be a little bit
PvP.
careful up here.
Nice
Did
that
they
they get
also
Chrysalis
I
low
don't
as
know.
well.
Yeah, they're gonna have the salve for him at least, so he's gonna be fine. I'm not sure where he's headed. He's going to meet his crew.
Yeah, everyone's got salves coming out. Xibe hasn't had the ability to bring out more just yet because his courier was sniped by Witch Doctor between the boss one, the tier 1 and tier 2 towers, rather.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to this bottom lane, like what happened to last year, because he is only sitting at 5 CS so far. Everyone else is just kind of having standard laning stages, but this Clockwork has been. We went to Struggle City,
Power
not
of
Struggle
ET,
Central,
maybe? No.
not Struggle
We're
Central
not there
like last
yet.
game. Yeah, not yet.
He's on the bus. He hasn't reached the train yet.
Hmm.
But
And
I
then
think it's
now he's gonna
the...
stack up the camp once more.
I was just gonna say, I think it's Pile Die, right? That's probably the thing. Like, you have to give credit to the level 1 ET. It does dish out a lot of damage against these melee heroes.
Yeah, it definitely does. And also, it's not that easy just harassing the Spectre. Like, you have the dispersion, right? And you have pretty strong health pool for an agility hero, and your armor's not terrible. So just harassing the Spectre with these 2 melee heroes is not the easiest thing to do.
Maybe things can turn around for Bait in this bot lane now. Like, once they get the Earth Spirit back here, now that they have level 3 in the Clockwork. In the meantime, that Earth Spirit is off seeking kills in the mid lane. This mystery has been found and dragged back for First Blood to go the way of the mag.
Yeah, and that's some, it's very helpful for Dandy that Misery just does this drive-by where he goes and feeds, and while he leaves his Pugna alone, he also goes down. So very nice start for Bait in this one.
As we said, 5 up at any point can return to bot and maybe look for some kill potential to Pile Die. I don't think you can ever kill the Spec just because, I mean, you're not going to level cogs. It's not really going to be useful there, but maybe the ET can be a kill.
Yeah, and there's just going to be this rune fight down here where Pi is going to start bullying 5 up a little bit. Dandy, of course, is quite sad that he doesn't get that rune. Doesn't have enough mana to empower himself and go jungle right now, so... Well, now he does, but... Yeah, it's gonna hurt him quite a bit. I'm interested to see Pi might actually stick around here and just keep battling 5 up so that he can contest this 5-minute rune as well.
Oh, if he actually stops the bear, then Dendy's gonna fall behind, right?
Yeah, exactly. It would be quite devastating for Dendy.
So far, though, 5 up is getting roughed up hard here. Beefy boys, like, who wants to fight?
And Pi is doing a very, very good job here at making it difficult.
Dendy, he's gone.
Dandy is out.
The power of suitcase, man.
That missed roll kind of making life difficult for Dandy, and now 5 up. He might be in trouble here.
Yep, Sonic Wave. Not gonna waste
Sonic Wave. I am not sure if he had to really commit that. I feel like he could have just Shadow Struck and
you gotta establish dominance, but okay.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not about it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, right.
Right, everyone sings stars.
I knew that.
You seen it, you know. All in all, I want to say like a slightly better start for Bait than the last game. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but
yeah, I mean, it was looking like a good start for the Magnus there with that first blood, but now got bullied out of the rune, and he also got bullied out of the Bounty rune. Also tanked that death where he wasn't farming for quite a while. So now Jesse, I assume, is he's quite a bit ahead here. And also, yeah, Dandy actually maxed out the Shockwave here, so not going for even the max and power build, which we usually see.
Like, at least this top lane is going well, right? Like, this is the good news. When you compare these two POS ones, one is going to be active sooner, and Bait most definitely need that, judging by how the mid lane is currently going.
And now, last hero down here in the bottom lane, he's going to be forced to run away here. Pi
oh no, not Mr. Staple Gun, man.
But he should be fine as he's
no, he's not. Oh god. Fine. He forces the cogs level.
Ace there, actually, if he had just pursued a little bit longer, he would have had that dagger.
He wants up,
that was kind of a...
They're going to find the double kill. 2 heroes dead in the top lane, just feeding this Ember Spirit right now. But look at it from Ace's perspective.
He wanted to hit creeps.
There you go. I knew you'd get it.
Of course I get it.
Like, that's what I have to contest with all the time. Like, we could just kill this guy. It's like, see us. PvE is easier than PvP, you know?
Oh, yes.
That's why I stick to Borderlands, not so much CSGO.
I hear that.
I also just like the big numbers.
I hear that too.
This is actually so spooky. Like, these 2 supports on the side of 5 men. The confidence you can play with because of how much health you've got to spend. Roll in. Seabait's been caught. Smash back and stuck a bit deep. The Haunt's going to come through. Seabait is still alive and bottling up. But 5 up's in a lot of trouble himself. Sonic Wave through to try and push them back. Seabait's still alive. Both the supports on baited down. And now Dendy needs to run for the high heels.
He could turn around.
I don't think he wants to turn around. He at least gets a few kills along the way. 2 dead on the side of 5 men. But you lose Dendy. So in the end, the trade does favor the side of 5 men.
Yeah, I feel like that was a pretty big mistake though on Dendy. I think if you just turn...
Oh, you cut out a little bit there.
Okay, no, I said I think that was kind of a big mistake there on Dendy's behalf. I think if he just turns around with the RP there, I think they're gonna be able to pick up maybe the Queen of Pain or just, more heroes. There's no real point in holding on to it. If you're gonna go down, why not go down swinging, right?
Yeah, maybe that's like the greedy side, right? It's like, oh man, I'm gonna die anyway. I want to get the gold. Let's just lose this fight and come back next and fight them when they don't have Sonic Wave or Horn.
Yeah, that doesn't really seem like a very
It's a coward's way.
smart attitude. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, what's the point of holding this RP? It's not a useful spell in this early game anyways. It's a long cooldown. You just want to use it. If there's ever a chance where you might get some, just throw it out there.
Yeah, it's also the case like now that 5 men have used their big ultimates, they're not gonna be caught together like this again for another 2 minutes probably.
Yeah, they're kind of just gonna sit back and chillax.
And that's kind of scary as well because he did, like I said, he went for those shockwave points, right? He's now starting to max out and palm more. But it means it's not already capped out. You're not bursting your way through this jungle as quickly as you could.
Yeah, and he's gonna get found here by Chessie.
He has no points
And
to
yeah, he
skewer.
doesn't have a point in skewer. It's kind of lucky there that he gets the jelly. It's gonna definitely help him kind of keep up with the region while farming. But both Dendi and both the supports here from Bait are they're struggling quite a bit.
I'm kind of curious when last year is going to get involved. Like, he tried to clean up a kill on the Spectre after that fight in the mid. It just didn't work out. He's got the hook shot again, and he really needs heroes to connect. You can already see the move down the river. Chrysalis, I think they got a glimpse of him walking down the river, courtesy of that more defensive ward out of 5 men. So this should be known, and Ace will back
Yeah, I
up.
think killing this Spectre is very difficult. And while they're doing this, their 5 men are just gonna take this top tower very easily with the Pugno, of course.
Which makes this even more obvious right now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, Bait are they're in a lot of trouble with these two supports, only being level 3 on the Earth Spirit and 4 on the Witch Doctor at the 10-minute mark. They've fallen quite far behind.
You can see the kind of feel of desperation. They're moving all of the team to this bot lane. And they'll be able to find Pylight Die by the looks of it. They've got the Sleight of Fist to finish him off. But now Ace knows everything he needs to. He can just move away when he wants. They have got the Haunt to play with. Unlikely they try for a play unless someone overextends in the mid lane. That might be the case. Chrysalis, they're going to move away. They got the Sonic Wave. They're holding it for the moment. Roll in is off the mark. Doesn't connect on Xibe. Or smash slow down. There's the Haunt play in. 5 up. It's just gone. They're moving forward on Chrysalis as well, bringing him low. They don't move forward onto the illusion.
And last hero just hooked some neutral creeps there. He was eyeing the Pugna, but he did not know that the neutral creeps are where they're supposed to be. So he does hook those instead of the Pugna and pays the price.
Meanwhile, Ace, he could have maybe tried for the kill on mid, but he thought it was too risky. He went back bot, forced that TP out. So now he's able to just continue farming. And meanwhile, we look at Bait. Look at where all their heroes are. Look at the time that's being wasted here while the Spec is still casually farming.
Hey man, hitting creeps. That's what Ace is.
Exactly. I'm saying it's a good thing here. You've converted me. I'm going to have a little avatar of just a creep and a bag of gold next to it. I'm just going to worship it each day.
Pray to the creep.
Praise be the creep lord. That kind of sounds like someone else, actually, the more I think about it. But
that does sound a little bit.
yeah, it's a little bit
don't
dodgy.
pray to creep lord.
Oh god, mom, I think I've joined a cult. Dendi. I love that move from Ace. He's like, if you're leaving, you're taking me with you. And there's no way out. This time, he was right not to press the RP.
Yeah, Dendi kind of struggling to find any sort of farm here, any footing in this game.
And no real pressure from Bait anywhere, right? Like, that's the other issue. They don't have these heroes that very easily take towers. So 5 men, they're not really in a rush in this game, right? Like, they can just stay in their area, well protected. Xibe has been spotted. Last hero is going to move in right now, but Chessie's here. This might backfire very quick. The damage is way too high. It'll bring him down, but now last hero in trouble. Hook shot across to set up a kill on Chessie. We'll be able to bring him down. Now, Misery, he wants a friend to play with, but he can't find one. Moving in with the Avalanche, dragged in, tossed forward, stomp onto 2, with the skewer away to save the life of Fishman and convert the kill onto Tiny. And Fishman's not done there. The Death Ward down. They'll set one up on the Pylight Die as he gets connected on with the slow. They'll clean him up as well.
Yeah, and at least we can see here that Crystal is having quite the game here on the Ember Spirit. Of course, with the Empower and off to this great start from this laning stage. I mean, this is kind of the thing that I've been wanting to see from this team, where they actually just give a good game to one of these other players and let them do the work for once.
Yeah. And the way they're kind of applying pressure is forcing response from 5 men prematurely, right? Like, optimally, if you're 5 men, you want to wait until Queen of Pain has this Orchid to get, like, really stuck in the nitty-gritty 5-on-5s.
Yeah, and they're gonna find Pi down here as well.
He had
And
to go in.
potentially if they
Ace
scout
was
out
in
Ace.
trouble.
Oh, they're not gonna find him. He guesses wrong. Trajectory was a little bit off there.
Fourth
Then
counts.
he almost gets denied there. He might.
Oh, well, he won't. He'll get someone else instead. The RP, that's what he was saving it for. That was a very awkward moment from 5 men.
Yeah, I mean they just got the tower and they got a little bit too greedy there.
Let's
Yeah,
go with
now this is gonna be
Ambition.
bait at least. They're gonna fight Sibba here.
Is it me or 5 men just... They're Congo lining a death right now.
They're-
One after the other.
Yeah, I mean they're just getting crystalist. This is the Ember show so far.
Yeah, you could say is critical to their success.
Yeah, and he's queued up this Deso here as his first, item outside of the face boost bottle, and he's gonna get that Deso very soon.
Sorry. Especially with this Empower being maxed out at this stage, you're going to feel the pain. A lot of 5 men's heroes, they're relatively squishy in this game. Chrysalis.
Oh, Crystalist.
Oh, Storm. It just about gets him this final tick of the TP. Low on mana. He's got the wand, so he can move away to the Remnant. He's try and walk this off. He baits them in. His last hero arrives. Just payback on the Pylai Die. Hook shot through, connects, and ace. Used the Haunt for nothing. Pylai Die trying to get the Stomp out. Damage is not enough to bring him down. Sonic Wave through will not kill anyone either. And Chessie's wondering why he even pressed the button. I think we're all wondering that right now.
Yeah, and it looked like Crystalist had actually just baited himself in, but instead he manages to bait Ace into his death. So, kudos on that one.
Who is this team? They're playing with such coordination right now.
Okay, I thought you were gonna make something off of the fact that there was a lot of baiting going on. And
I mean, I could.
we've covered that.
Yeah,
We've covered that.
That one's
we've
been
done
shot too many times. Like it sounded like I was being mean in that regard, but no, this is me complimenting them, right? This feels like a completely different team to game one or previous days we've been seeing from Bait.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I mean, I think a lot of it is back of the, this Crystalist Ember Spirit. Now finished up the Desolator and queuing up his Yules here. Needs some sort of survivability.
Yeah, especially with the Orchid almost ready on Chessie, although they might slow that down a little bit more for him. Hook shot in, on top of him, the root follow-up, and Quap. I don't know if I'd say Queen of Pain, more recipient of pain in this game.
Yes, or Queen of Feed.
Whoa. I wasn't going to go that far.
No? Well, I went there.
I mean, whips
I
and
did it.
chains are his game, but right now he's the one who's getting them used on him.
Yeah, I mean, Jesse having maybe not the best series of his life today. Also, Misery has also kind of yet to find any sort of major impact in this game.
I don't think this is where he finds it either. I love that. Crystal's like, well, my job here is done. Back to the mid lane, guys. Easy kills.
Yes, and he also has the
9-0.
region. They're gonna smoke up here, and they might actually find Sibbe if he sticks around for too long here.
No, they pinged a bigger target. They see Ace.
Ah, yes. Of course.
Oh, this will be painful because the Midas is coming off cooldown soon. Uh-oh.
Which way are you going, Ace?
What is your plan? Where are you going? They wouldn't even use the hook shot. They will in the end just to lock him on the spot to guarantee the kill as Ember went off hunting for Pylai Die instead. Size
Yeah, he
against
might not
it.
be done yet. Okay, he's...
All right, now click on...
Alright, and Bait actually have taken the gold lead here.
They have. Click on Ace. It's going to get more now because look at that. Do you see that?
Oh no!
Midas off cooldown.
Misery might be in trouble here. Gets silenced up, and that's a beyond godlike Crystallis at 17 minutes. Let's see what this man can do if you just give him the chance.
No. I mean, this is why they pick us so much, right? Right now, Chrysalis, you know how these new players, they come in, they have heroes that they're renowned for in their pub games, and they have the ones that they try and like develop. Chrysalis has always been Monkey King, but Ember is definitely, I want to say Ember is his second place one. Like this boy loves his Ember.
Yeah, definitely, and it shows.
It's one of those heroes as well, right? Like you have to have absolute confidence in the way you play the hero, because it is a very elusive but very risky type of hero, especially early on with a smaller mana pool.
Yeah, definitely. It can definitely be. It's one of the higher skill cap heroes, or whatever you want to call it. Definitely.
Definitely these days. Not like those days where you just build Battle Furies and
Highlight
Databases.
die, my friend. You might
Goodbye,
be in
my old
trouble
friend.
here.
He knows it as well. He's like, screw it. I'll do what I can. They get Mag in the meantime, though. Good pick.
I'm
Not
not
done.
sure what Dendi was doing farming the enemy
He
Angel
got a
camp
little,
there.
I'd say he got a little bit greedy, but that's an understatement. And as a result, they're going to lose more heroes as well. This is a hard overcommitment for a kill that's never going to happen on the spec. And all of a sudden, they're going to turn around and move towards Fishman. There's know where he is. They decide he's too far gone, though.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he was doing over there. I mean, he also died with a haste rune in his inventory.
Maybe it was the awkward reveal.
sure.
Fishman? They're not done. Ember, trying to run away, has got the man to escape. Fishman, oh no, he can't stay alive. Chessie gets him.
I mean, Fishman pretty
However,
much saving the day there with that shadow amulet onto Crystallis. He would have been in trouble otherwise.
now Chrysalis is getting that lone feeling where he's like, I'm having a great game. I can't help but feel like everyone else is starting to have a bad game. Which is worrying me because if they start crumbling now, we do have a habit of saying around the 20-25 minute mark, that's where bait for the pieces. And that is not a condemning moment in the game. However, I feel like if that happens again, Controller's game firmly goes in 5 men's hands.
Yeah, it definitely could.
Dendi doesn't want that to happen though. Haste, moving in. He's looking for the play.
Yeah, he
Problem
could find
is-
a good pain here.
Yeah, but if you go for her,
good.
Misery's going to be there instead. Toss is silenced up. They're going to move towards them, which means they're rooted together.
Oh.
Trying for the RP. The Avalanche buys enough time. They only catch one. Chessie will be brought down. Stomp. Trying to sleep him on the spot. Z-Bait trying to do the best he can, but the cast will interrupt the suck, and the roll through won't connect on the Misery. But they're running the wrong way. This is not how you reach safety. Hook shot through to ensure the kill into the Pugna, and all of a sudden, Tiny in way too deep. Just one by one. 5 men refusing to commit 5 will have to give over the fight, as Ace still does not have that horn.
Yeah, and he's also trying to complete this Manta here. So Chessie going towards that BKB now. I'm expecting Dendi to kind of do the same. And yeah, Fishman is going to complete this Glimmer Cape, I think, quite soon. Yeah, he's going to have it flying out to him now. Last hero looks like he's going for a Hood next. Just some more utility, and yeah, Crystallis. He's queuing up the Crystallis. And then it's on to the Daedalus. So
Is this one of those moments where once he wins a big tournament, he has to rename himself?
yeah, of course it is.
It's like, you know what it is, right? If he one day wins TI, the first one you call Chrysalis, the second one you win you call Daedalus.
Right. He's bought a cloak for some reason here. I'm not sure I fully grasp this decision here.
Maybe he was like, oh,
It's just
Fishman,
a
that
casual
Shadow
cloak.
Amulet was really good last time. I want one of them. I don't remember the last time I've seen an Ember build a hood, actually.
It looks like it's actually just gonna be a casual cloak. I'm just curious, you know, like I would have thought if you need some more against the magic, you'd go for a BKB, but thinks it's too expensive and just goes for the cheap, cost-efficient cloak.
Bye-bye, pie. I mean, you got the Yules as well, right? That's the other weird part. It's not like you're like, oh, I'm just going to try and tank through the silence of the Queen of Pain. Like, you have the means to escape almost instantly. Maybe
Yeah,
the
no,
Avatos
definitely.
combo, he feels like he can be
Sibby here
burst. Speaking of
Going
burst,
to be in trouble.
trying to get away with the 4 stuff. Not able to do it, though. Man, look at Fishman. He's like, he has no care in the world. The confidence on this man. The coconuts between his legs. He's not scared of anything. I think the only problem for Bait right now is all these fights you take around the Roche pit can't really convert into Roche.
Yeah, no, it's definitely definitely not that easy for them to take these objectives.
They're trying to take heads. Movement in. Misery. Uh-oh. We all been that moment. Ooh, that moment too, I guess, if you're playing Earth Spirit and it's getting a little bit rough, but the follow-up roll is good. Tiny in a bit of trouble. Brought across to the waiting route of Last Hero, and while he wastes a bit of their time, death is a sweet inevitability. The pos 4 of 5 men.
Yeah, he managed to pick up that cur right before he died. And Chessy now. Okay, he's gonna be fine, it looks like. Crystal is not willing to pursue.
You said that.
And
Dendy's coming up here. They want the towers.
yeah, he wants maybe Crystallis wants the Empower. He's like, bro, come here. Come here, man. Give
Not
me
quite.
that Empower.
I don't think this is how you get the Empower. This is how you ensure that your, pos 2 never gives you Empower right now. They're going to move forward. RP. Big target found and reinforcements coming in. Ace is in a lot of trouble. He's gone. Moving in. Sonic Wave through. Brings Crystallis low. The buyback into the horn. They need to actually get Crystallis out. It's worth a lot of money. And Pylai is the one to secure it. They get the kill to Dendy as the follow-up. And the Scythe Fisherman's going to fall as well. And while I did mention that Bait have a hard time taking Roche, he may have just given 5 men the keys to the pit, though. As they're also going to find Last Hero after they pick off that Pugna.
Pi? Give the kill to Pi. Yeah, he's just like, I'm done with this. I'm the carry now. He's queuing up the Ags.
700
Sorry,
gold?
but-
Damn right you do. Actually, no, let me put that another way. 700 gold for a hero, a player who is on a 14 kill streak. I don't understand Dota math anymore.
Yeah, there's definitely something a little bit skewed with those numbers, but that's the case.
I mean, I guess like his net worth isn't insanely high because part of it is like based on net worth, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's still, I feel like you should get 1,000 for that. That is quite the streak that Chris has
Yeah,
had.
no, I agree. For 4 streak, if you don't get 1,000 gold, what's that about? Huh?
Might as well just hit creeps. Whoop! Fishman looking like a little
Yes,
bit of
he's
creep,
gonna have
baits them in.
the delivered to him, so he should not be in trouble here. 5 up.
Misery's out. 5 up could not connect. And they just get a freebie and also force Dendy to rotate somewhere he didn't want to be. I will say this, though, in this game, I mean, Bait, I want to say this is one of the best showings we've had so far, the Pro Series. Like,
Yeah,
you can see the
definitely, and-
potential.
No, for sure. I mean, you can see, like, I think Chris is, if you give him his heroes and if you give him a chance, he can make a lot of stuff happen.
It kind of reminds me of Epikid in that kind of functionality, right? Like, the important thing when Epikid started out is they gave him his comfort heroes, right? And now, if you look at how Epikid plays, his pool has been able to flex to whatever the meta is.
Yeah, I think Crystallis is kind of a different type of player, though. I would say he's, I would say much more so an active kind of player early on in the game. You know, he tends to get more active on the map and
especially when you
less
look at his
so farm
heroes,
heavy.
right? Like Monkey King, Ember. This guy loves Legion Commander as well. He's not your traditional hero, whereas in fairness, Epikid was this guy who loved illusion heroes and was used to that kind of 9 versus 1
Yeah, I mean,
style of Dota.
the classic epileptic kid peel, right?
Yep,
his
Naga
goal,
as
pretty much.
well. Take your pick. Yeah, if they can learn how to leverage that, I think that's why usually Dendy gives himself the win condition at the moment as well, right? It's like he knows that Crystallis wants these more active heroes, so he'll pick the things like the TA that can carry late game.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm not sure if I like that idea. I think Dendy has never been a wing player. Pretty much, there was a portion where he used to play Shadow Fiend a very long time ago, but they're gonna find the Pi. But yeah, I mean, Dendy has never really been much of a wing player. He's also been more this kind of playmaker. You know, the Queen of Pains and the Pudges and even AA back in the day and stuff like this.
Rubik as well. I think he used to like, shake a mid a bit as well. There was another really popular one.
Yeah.
Once upon a time. If only that mid lane was a little bit longer, maybe we could see a return to Shaker mid. There are squishy supports right now going, no, no, no.
Jesse.
Oh, Jesse's going, no, no, no right now. He's going to get caught out, skewer back and gone. And the Horn, they have to commit at this point. But the BKB from Denny means he's not a target. They're trying to get rid of Fishman, but they're locked out of the fight. Ace is now in trouble, turned around upon, no reinforcements in sight. The Aegis is already taken away. Misery jumps in the Avalanche toss to get the kill on a 5-up, but now you're expecting a lot of trouble. Rude up. Fishman's going to back away for the moment. He is down to the dispersion. Brought low, is able to heal up the Voodoo and hide with the Glimmer Cape. Side steps the Earth Slitter through, but all the heroes on bait are way too low. Will be ran down. The last one to die will be Clockwork on the side as the movement fall comes up to Seabed, keeping vision on him. Misery follows it up with the Avalanche to get himself the triple kill.
Yeah, we saw there that Ace, he's not really the true carrier of this team. In fact, it's Pylite High with that stomp into Earth Splitter. Just, yeah, pretty much just winning that, what looked like a very lost fight. And now this is an Aghanims on this ET. Pius, he's putting in some work right now.
And we just got preview into why you don't mess with Spectre, right? The dispersion damage, I should have pulled up the charts because that was a phenomenal amount of damage to back.
I think Spectre dealt around 5k damage in that fight. ET only 2, but... Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of that damage was definitely through dispersion there from the Spectre. And it kind of feels like I mean, that's why I was curious about this cloak pickup also on the Ember, but I kind of feel like he needs a BKB in this game. And, yeah, he's still a bit away from his Daedalus, so if he's gonna finish that first, he might be in a bit of trouble.
Actually, here's
Ace
a thought as well. The way dispersion is calculated and returned, it's just like purely returned, right? It doesn't care about mag resistance. Or does it? Because the reason I'm wondering is due to ET, right? If it cares about mag resistance or whatever, then natural order.
I feel like you don't take. I might be completely just brain farting here, but I feel like BKB stops you from taking damage from Spectre.
Yeah, I think it does. Sonic way through.
Fairly certain. I wouldn't say 100%, but
big fight. This is turned in actually. Pylite die. He's got the magic immunity. Just runs in with the staple gun, trying to help out. The RP is going to be there from Denny to turn around and bring down the ET. Movement away by Chrysalis to try and come forward and actually just return to the fight. Zibe is already out of there. 3 dead on the side of 5 man. Ace has been pinged out as well. The roll through. He's got the dagger to escape, but nice chains. Not good enough, however. The Manta is able to get him out of the jam. 5-up is still hunting, however. And that dagger effect is running out. Luckily, he has got it off cooldown again, courtesy of taking the cooldown reduction talent. 5-up. This may be too deep. Dendi.
Yeah,
he's looking for a skewer back. The buyback out of the Tiny. I don't know if it's going to be enough. The Horn now he's going to juke around in the fight, mess him a little bit, and Ace moves forward to Fishman. In the meantime, we're able to clean up and bring down Chrysalis, courtesy of Misery's buyback. Very much worthwhile. And on the side, Fishman, he'll die. As Ace gets himself a nice little snack on the side.
Fishman, more like feed man.
Oh, you can tell we've been casting for 8 hours.
That was one of my better ones.
Really?
The worst part is he's not even reading.
Jesus,
it's like some 6 sets at the 30-minute mark.
I mean, if this is you at your best, I don't want to see you at your worst. Curiously, if I was to see your worst, which TI would you choose?
Oof. I mean, probably one where I wasn't playing, right? That.
Ooh. But yeah. Well, you have to make it there, okay? Like, you know.
Okay.
Because we already had. You felt like your best chance was TI1 and TI8, so you chose the easiest one, followed by the no one saw OG coming one.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, we also had that. We were up P in the elimination game.
Yeah, your build up to that event was good as well, right? That was the one where you took ESL Birmingham.
Yeah, exactly. No, we took the Star Ladder.
Yeah, sorry, no. ESL Birmingham, I think you lost, but you were grand finals.
We lost the finals 3-0 to VP. We got pretty smashed. I mean, that entire year was just us losing to VP, pretty much. We won the one game against them in some tournament. I can't remember.
Is it me or did Dendi just feed a little? I guess he's learning from his past 5 now. They'll be able to get the kill on Misery, but they're going to lose the Magnus, and Chrysalis needs to run for the high hills. He ain't got no remnants.
In trouble here. Yeah.
Yep. Chase in. Dead. Oh, 5-up. Nice. He's also learning from his past 5. Fishman, however, he's done with a feed, and he's... Oh, wait. No. That's a no.
Yeah, he's trying to earn that nickname right now.
Calm down. It's only 7 deaths. Which, in fairness, you know, They're almost there. Chrysalis needs to catch up, but they're almost all at 7 deaths at this rate. I don't know if they're going to be able to get there before the end of the game. Is it me, or is there a chance 5 men just try and take some tier 4s here?
I feel like you just okay. I mean they're looking like they're up for it. Why not? They can't go for the side, so they're just gonna start bonking away on those tier 4s. They're gonna have Exhibit is gonna be able to come help once he regions up just a little bit here. I don't expect them to get the throne here, but
they're going to expose it.
They're gonna expose it. Actually, is there a glyph? If there's no glyph, they actually might just get the
There's no
throne. I mean,
glyph?
there's 20 seconds before Ember and Earthbird are up, so
So they're going to back away. They respect the mag. They know he's up.
Okay.
Like, they knew he
Now
has
they're like-
RP available. They just want to
I mean,
milk
so
it.
basically they're just teasing. They're like, okay, let's take tier 4s and then we'll back off. So I mean, this is like an exposed. Yeah, the throne is exposed. I mean, this is pretty much.
You
pretty
lose
much-
once we win.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much in the bag. Crystal is gonna have enough gold for his Daedalus if he sells something here.
And he
It's
does.
gonna be fine, but yeah, I mean, he's still such a long way. He needs 4K to be able to get that BKB, and just fighting for him seems so difficult. There's gonna be now a Shiva's Guard on Chessie.
Smoke out. Bait. Gonna see what the world will
It's gonna
deliver
be
to
pretty
them.
obvious.
Yep.
Okay, he's gonna kill the Rapier. I like that. I can respect that.
So I told you, it's the classic who needs a BKB if everyone's dead.
Yeah. No, I mean, I respect it.
And now look at
The
this.
spooky part for him though is this Abyssal Blade now on the Spectre. Ace, they're also smoked up.
Hook
He has
shot.
buyback. Ace
In.
needs it.
Onto the Pugna, separating the fire a bit, but the Haunt goes in, and Ace is going to split up the entirety of bait as they have to retreat. Dendy hasn't got a clear target for the RP. Has the BKB just to run away. Chessie trying to right-click down 5 up is able to do so. Meanwhile, last hero, he regrets ever coming here. Stomp will connect in time, and he is just going to get drained by Xebe. Meanwhile, Bishma's ran down by Chessie on the sides. 3 members of bait are going to be brought to an early demise. They're not done. Dendy's been found.
Claim last hero, and Dendy is gonna be next here. And I am thinking this is when you say, "Good game, well played. Go next." Except there's no next game, so it's just.
Oh, there's always next series for them on the 22nd. Misery. We'll just dodge out the cast. Hook shot. Oh no, Chrysalis! He caught him in the sleight of fist and got dragged back. Not that it really would have changed much. It probably just would have been the death of the last hero. As they'll get zoned away from the throne, finally, 5 men could just turn around and wail out at bat in. Chessie. Oh, no, that's not how you get him in the fountain. Let's back away. Miz is going to be brought low. You also buy some more time. Hex is out on the Ember as they look to end this game. And Fate have no hope in hell of coming back. As 5 men take the series 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, at least we saw something here out of bait. You know, it's not the usual kind of roll over and die in 20 minutes, but they actually did fight back. And I mean, I thought it was quite a solid performance there from Crystalis in the first at least 20 or so minutes. It didn't go all the way through. I think the draft maybe a little bit to blame there. I feel like they needed a better proper carry. But yeah, I mean, he did what he could there. And yeah, I mean, it's at least nice to see them be able to make some plays.
Yeah, there is still that concern, right? Like, it was that 20-25 minute mark. That's where it broke again. It's just like, it's almost like a curse for them right now. And I guess something I'm wondering is, like, you highlighted it with the choice of carry, right? Is what if Dendy was well versed in the way of POS 1 and you had this interchangeable POS 1 and POS 2? Would we like bait more? Like, do you think that could work
I
for the
definitely
lane?
think so. No, I definitely would think so. I mean, I feel like what they are currently doing is, you know, it hasn't really been working. I'd definitely not be opposed.
Oh, sorry, you cut out on that last piece.
Oh no, I was saying like what they have been doing recently, right? It hasn't really been working out that well. So potentially, like you see what Crystals can do if he gets off to a good start. I feel like if Dandy could play, you know, some carry heroes, I think they could give that a go.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. Like, you know, if I pull up Chrysalis and like I said, you know, I know this dude reasonably well. I know the kind of heroes he likes to play. Your Nature's Prophets, your Embers, your Monkey Kings. Like, these are all heroes that could be played from the mid lane. I guess maybe the preventative, the crux of this plan is when you look at Dendy. And it's not saying that he's not willing to learn new heroes, but this is a this is a seasoned veteran, and no matter what you do in life, right, you build up habits, you build up these kind of trends, right? And as
Mhm.
you said yourself, the trend with Dendi, the way he looks at his best is when he's given these playmaking type of heroes. And maybe in that regard, it's a bit hard to see him taking on your traditional hard carry role where it's about, CSing early and just getting that gold influx.
Yeah, and I also feel like it's it might also be a bit about just him just playing like the win condition and stuff. Like
Mhm.
he's it's something he hasn't really done in a while. So yeah, I'm curious about how that actually go, but I feel like it
Worth exploring at
could
this
be worth
point.
trying. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Because things really aren't going that well for Bait. Let's be honest here. Like I'm looking
Hmm.
at the score now after this. I believe that is them up at 1-13, one win out of all the
Hmm.
best of twos, 13 losses,
Yeah,
and it's looking very likely that they're gonna be the team that doesn't qualify. I believe as it currently stands, if they manage to beat Mud Golems 2-0, they could potentially screw over Empire. It would come down to like the draw rules, but that would
yeah.
also involve actually no, that would be Empire in its current state because Empire is done. They finished 3-13.
Okay.
But let's
313.
yes, 3-13.
Okay, and bait are what?
1-11. So if
111.
if
Okay.
they
Okay.
beat Mudgolem 2-0, then they
Okay.
can maybe mess with it. It depends on the tiebreaker
Hmm.
rules. We
Right.
got I forget the word. It begins with N. I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
German word. I'll remember it later. But
Yeah.
the big problem here is they're against Mudgolems.
Yes, that is definitely a big problem for them.
And of course, we're a little bit,
I'm sort of
we're a little bit
expecting that to be
fanboy
a
to them.
2-0,
Yes.
just not in
Just not in
that
the
way.
way that they need.
No.
It's like obviously we're maybe a little bit biased. Like I've already said I like seeing Farter's succession into the boss fight role, and you're a big 33 fan, former teammate. You
Yeah,
you got a lot of love there.
definitely.
But they've definitely
Mhm.
been looking consistently better and better across this best of two run through the groups. But then you look on the other side, Bait. I don't know. I don't want to say they've necessarily looked worse,
Mhm.
but they haven't changed anything. They haven't tried anything new, I want to say, which in a way I guess is kind of worse because at that point you're just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome.
Yeah, no, for sure. It kind of feels like they're beating a dead horse a little bit.
And as a result, becoming the dead horse, being sent to the glue factory as bait. Get another 2-0, and five men get some much needed points to secure themselves at least in that lower bracket area, if not higher. But you guys can catch bait again at the beginning of the 22nd where they'll face off against Mud Golems. More five men will occur tomorrow at the end of the day. And I'll be joined there by Pexu. Pajkatt's got a birthday to go celebrate, so you can say goodbye to him until we're back on the 27th for the playoffs. Well, that brings us to a close. Thank you for watching. I believe the NA action has already kicked off. Look at that. Once again, just round and round we go. We hop between the EU,
Dota,
the
Dota,
NA.
Dota, Dota,
That's what I love to see. 24/7. Flick on a channel,
Dota.
bam, it's there.
Ba-bam.
But with that bam, we're going to say night-night to you. Sleep tight.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
good bam.
good bam.
Yeah,
Okay, you've definitely been going too long, my friend. I'm going to cut us
we're
off now.
we're bringing it bam.
No, 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 no.
Bam, 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 bam.
Jesus, he's Flintstones now.
Phew.
All
Yeah.
right, bye, folks.